Oh, start the podcast, Naomi.
Duh.
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 Da 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 duh?
Duh.
No duh.
Duh. Da 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 da. Duh.
Da 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 da.
That's it. That's what we're using.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Dub Podcast. It's your host, Naomi.
And Sierra.
And ew, I literally hate it.
No, I love it because I'm like minding my own business, drinking my water. And you're like, it's Naomi. And I'm like, oh, fuck, it's Sierra.
Yep, and the show is on.
All right, that works. We're not good at intros, can you tell?
Yeah, we need about like 5 takes,
Yeah.
but it's fine.
But anyways,
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
welcome back to the podcast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome.
Did you already say welcome?
I think I did.
Oh, well, I'm saying welcome now. You're welcomed by both of us now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to transition into plugging our social media.
Guys, welcome back, and thanks for supporting us. If you want to find other ways to support us, you can find us on our TikTok at Dub Podcast. You can find us on Instagram at Dub Podcast Studios. You can find us on our Spotify at !Podcast in all caps, and the same way on YouTube and on Twitter. You can find us on _podcast.
Such a mouthful. This is why I let her do it. She knows how to do it.
Thank you.
I flounder. Anyways.
It's okay. You're supposed to be the actor, huh?
Yeah, but I have specific lines.
And those are specific lines.
I'm not supposed to make transitions, though. Everything's given to me.
Either way.
I just have to add emotion and feeling and stuff like that.
All right, so add emotion and feeling to your dumb moment of the week then.
Well, you're going first.
Right.
I went first last week.
Oh, because everything
So
must
what's
be
your dumb
equal.
moment, Naomi?
My dumb moment of the week. You know, I had a little bit of a struggle finding this one because...
You're so perfect.
No, I'm not so perfect, but this week I didn't have any opportunities to be dumb. So...
Oh, there's always an opportunity.
Anyways, I remember...
Wait, wasn't there like a specific moment this week where I was like, your blonde streaks really came out? What did you say?
I don't know.
I wish we had written that down because I know I've said that to you this week, and that could
My
have been your
blonde
dumb
streaks,
moment.
guys. My blonde.
Yeah, but I don't remember what you said.
What is that?
I don't know. Guys, we're having some technical difficulties, and there's this weird sound that keeps happening, and we have no idea what it is.
But...
Mm-hmm.
The only one that I can really think about is when my professor asked about a vinyl wall that I have in my house. I was raving about an album, and she was like, "Oh, do you have it on your wall?" And I was like, "Oh, for sure." And she's like, "Do you think you could like show us and maybe play a song off of it?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course." And I start looking at my wall, and I'm like, "Why is it not on the wall? I thought I brought all my vinyls here when I moved." Wrong. It is at home.
What is it?
It's Rumors. Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, that is a good album.
Yep, it's at home. One of the 4 that I
Oh,
left back at
That's
home.
so sad.
I know. But it's okay
That's such a
because
good album.
she saw the rest of my wall.
What song would have you played?
But I would play The Chain for them.
Oh, I think that's on one of my summer playlists. I don't know if it's this current one that I have or if it was my summer 2022 playlist.
Slay.
But Fleetwood Mac
Yeah,
slaps.
always.
Slaps.
Always. Sierra,
Mm.
what was your dumb
What was
moment?
my dumb moment of
Please
the
tell
week?
us.
Okay. Oh. Naomi wrote that my dumb moment was couldn't comprehend that what was being read to her was her own sentence. Lord help the clues. I already forgot about it, to be honest. Okay, this isn't my actual dumb moment of the week, but when we were... Can you not kick my light? That would be very appreciated. And can you not
I'll
kick yours
try.
too?
I'll try. My foot's just
Um,
hanging out there.
When we were making the outline for this episode, I was writing something down and I didn't process what I was writing down, And so I wrote it down and Naomi read it back to me and I was like, when did I write that? And she's like, girl, you're literally writing it at this moment.
Actively.
But I didn't even realize what
Actively.
I was writing. Like, my train of thought was gone because of what you said.
I didn't say anything.
You distracted me. You were reading what I was writing.
It's all because
Anyways,
of me. All because of me.
My true dumb moment
Mhm.
isn't like necessarily me being stupid. It's just like a reminder, and it's like a typical reminder that everybody will like say to you, and that's why it's a dumb moment because it's like, of course, I've heard this a million and one times, but like I'm gonna say it for myself this time, is to not be as hard on myself
Yeah, fair.
because, as Naomi knows, there's an important audition that I'm doing right now for my school,
Mm-hmm.
and I just get so nitpicky with my auditions, like my self tapes and stuff.
She literally does them perfectly all the time.
But then I nitpick, and then I'm like, oh, I wish I hadn't done it. Or like I will have 2 takes that I love, and there will be something about each of them that I dislike, and then I'll try to like merge them, and I just whack my microphone saying that, but I'll try to merge them, but then I can't get like as connected as I was in those original ones, so then I have to pick one of the original ones, but then I'm always constantly thinking about the one thing that I didn't like in it. But I think good news is I think I've figured out the tapes that I'm going to submit to this
Period.
audition.
I hope it's the
But
ones that I liked.
It is the ones that you like. It is the exact ones that you picked out.
It usually is.
Yeah. But I've also sent it to a few other people and they're like, you're going to kill this. So now I'm feeling a lot
My
better
words
about
mean
myself.
nothing. My words mean nothing.
Your words mean something, but I like getting more than just one opinion.
You can have more than one opinion. Just know that I am usually the one that hires actors.
And like the thing is, I know that you would 100% like tell me
If it was
something,
bad?
yeah.
Yeah.
Because like when I brought up the one concern about the first take, because basically there was like a long pause and my brain like short circuited or something in that moment, and it really looks like I'm searching for my line when I'm not searching for the line. Like I know what it is, but for some reason what I did made it seem like I was searching for my line. And when I said that to you, you were like, "Yeah, it does look like you're searching for your line," and that's why I can't use that take. Because the people watching it will think that I'm searching for my line. And I'm like, I'm not. I know my next line. My brain just short circuited in that moment and decided to jumble words together. I don't even know what happened. I didn't even
It's
realize I
fine.
did it. This is what I mean, nitpicky. Though I literally can't use that take because of it. But I have a good take.
You do. And I'm sure that there's many others that
And honestly,
she's nitpicked.
now that I've like watched it more than once, I think I like it better than that first one now.
Okay.
I think I've picked out enough things that I like about it that I'm like, yeah,
Good.
I like it.
Good.
Anyways, that's my dumb moment, is to not be as harsh on myself and stop being like my worst critic.
But everyone's going to be their own
Yeah,
worst critic.
that's what I mean by like, this is such a duh thing to say, like, obviously, but like, I need to stop being a little perfectionist.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Y'all stop it. It's not good for you.
Yeah, it's really freaking annoying.
Me as I'm picking at my nails because they're not perfect.
Oh, I want you to do my nails at some point.
And I probably will.
Yes, please. My nails look scraggly right now.
Scraggly.
And my one nail broke, so then I had to shape it. And I actually think I did pretty well.
You did too good.
Good.
I'm sorry.
Why did you,
Sorry?
Why did you become British?
I don't know.
Good? You became, it's good? Why did you say it?
I don't know. It like short circuited. It went good. It went good. You did good.
I'm gonna pee myself.
It's not my fault.
It's
Like
my
that.
fault.
You gotta pay for what I get for free.
Slay.
Except I get nothing for free. So
Okay.
not yet. Please, please, any brand,
Any brand.
please,
Sponsor us.
please do.
Sponsor us.
It would be like, duh, you should. The
Yeah.
easiest decision you'll ever make.
Oh my god, we have such a good tagline
Yeah, we do.
for one brand because we wouldn't ever be able to use it again. But anyways, If you have any dumb moments of your own that you would like to share with us, please leave them down in the comments if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Spotify or / listening on Spotify, you can leave your dumb moments on our Instagram, like DM it to us. You can leave it in one of our comment sections on one of our TikTok videos. You can tweet it to us. But we would love to discuss your dumb moments because we need to not feel so bad about ourselves in our dumb moments. So let us know that you're not all perfect too. Like let us know that it's not just us being stupid. Anyways, Naomi's ready to move into the main
I'm
topic.
giving you clips for the thumbnail.
Oh,
Be grateful.
well, anyways, let's move straight on to the main part of this video. And before actually we do that, we need to let you know
Oh, girl.
there's going to be spoilers.
Spoilers.
So we're talking
the
about
whole book.
We're talking about Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas. For anybody who hasn't read it and wants to read it,
Don't listen.
If you haven't read it and you have no plan of reading it, you can watch ahead. But if you want to read it and haven't yet, do not watch this video because we will be spoiling everything. Because we only have one book to talk about, so we need to talk about every little inch of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised that I haven't been spoiled by book talk.
Honestly, me too.
I've steered clear. So
Me too. Which
I'm
is so
naive.
strange because one of like the people that I love watching their videos on TikTok, she's a huge fan of Throne of Glass. And I'm so surprised that like I haven't watched something of hers that's like there's a few things that I think I do know, but I don't think they're like spoiler things.
I know one big spoiler, but I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah, because I probably don't know it.
You don't.
Because like there's one thing, but I'm like that's not really like a spoiler. Like I don't think that's like a spoiler to anything in the plot.
But honestly, I'm gonna stay naive to like stay dumb and just be like, haha, maybe they lied to me.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely
Maybe they lied to me.
They definitely
Maybe
didn't.
they
But I'm
lied.
gonna see how it gets there.
Yeah. But let's dive straight in. I can't wait to talk about this. So I literally finished this book this morning.
And I finished it
a while ago.
like almost a week ago.
It hasn't. Has it been a week?
I finished it on Tuesday.
Oh my god. It took so long. I was savoring it, okay? I was
savoring the book in the wee hours of the morning.
Yeah, you stayed up to read. I need sleep because this was the most stressful school week of my entire life for no reason. It's the week after midterms. This is supposed to be a breeze. Why was this the most
Honestly,
stressful week of my life?
It's been a pretty stressful week after midterms this quarter.
It was terrible. I had to do stand-up. I'm not funny like that.
Yes, you can be.
Not when it's planned. I'm funny organically.
We'll make that organic funniness come.
And I have to rewrite it and redo it on Tuesday.
LOL.
I'm going to jump off a cliff. Anyways, that's not the point of this, but I had a busy week, so I savored this book, and I finished it this morning. So everything's literally so fresh in my brain.
It's not that fresh in my brain. I've already read a book after this one.
You finished a book. You didn't read a whole book. You were already
but to be
reading
fair,
it.
I was only 20% in the way. And then I finished it.
Shut up. Anyways.
I've just been consuming
What are
a
our
lot of
discussion
material.
questions?
Oh my god.
So we pulled up a
discussion little forum about this book.
And I don't know what any of these questions are because Naomi's going to take the lead on this conversation.
That wasn't me.
Oopsies, that was me.
Ah-ha-ha.
My friend's texting me probably about that audition thing that I have. Hee.
The first question on this discussion forum says, Selena, right?
Yeah.
Selena receives help from many sources throughout the novel. Of all these characters, who do you think helped her the most? What does he or she do to teach Selena that furthers develop her as a character?
Oh my god, this is so school discussion question.
Yeah.
Who helped her the most?
Who do you think? Which character who do you think like helped her the most?
Who do you think? I'm between two.
I think that honestly, for Selena's character growth wise, I think I don't know really how to pronounce her name.
Nehemia.
Nehemia.
I don't know if that's necessarily how you pronounce her name, but I tried to search it up, and that was like the closest.
It's either
could
Nehemia or Nehemia. And I think having a girlfriend was more important for Selena's character arc because she's coming from a background of being an assassin and
Mhm.
also coming from a very broken family, being raised by someone who didn't really show kindness.
Yeah.
I think she needed that kindness from someone else and that discussion away from men who saw her as an assassin. And I think she needed to get out of her head about that and just be treated like a normal person.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, I'm between her and Elena
yeah.
because the thing is, like, I just feel like Elena like opened a world to her and like helped her in that way, like come into her power. But I also think Nehemia did that as well. I'm gonna keep saying Nehemia, but if we're wrong, correct us in the
Just
comments.
say it in the comments. Just give us the
please
phonetic
let us
spelling.
know. I tried to search it up, and that's what I think it was kind of, but I feel like it's wrong. Anyways, but yeah, I'm between Nehemia and Elena because I think they both kind of like introduce the power that Selena has inside of her.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily just strength.
But like her actual powers.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
we'll get into later.
Yeah.
But
Which is actually so funny that you say that because the
Is
next,
the next question?
is who do you think Selena was before Arobin found her?
oh, okay. We found out that we both have the same theory.
Yes.
Would you like to start?
Sure. I think that Selena is a royal.
100%.
Like, there's no chance that she's not.
100%.
There's just so many things that point to that.
Mhm.
I know Sierra has more of a reasoned one. I have more of a emotional reason.
She's like, it's gotta be this because of these things, and it's like these aren't as concrete, but
No, it's not as concrete. But
she's
in
going
the
off
book,
of feelings and vibes.
I really am. Feelings and vibes based off the book. It's either that Elena tells her that magic calls to magic, or it's Nehemia.
Mhm.
I don't think Nehemia really talks about it besides the weird word marks. How do you spell it?
Okay,
Say
I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be weird
Weird marks?
because I know that there's a version of the spelling for the Weird Sisters that's with the Y, like they have it in this book. So I'm guessing it's weird.
Okay. Well, the weird marks,
Yeah.
I think if she was talking about them like magic calls to magic, why would, like, let me just read what I said because it makes more sense if I read it like this. Selena's deaf royal. Cain knew that before he was ended, as with his magic. If it's all assumed that magic calls to magic, he would have been able to see her for what she truly was, hidden underneath, like, I guess, a glamour if you watched Akatar
Yeah.
of what like you would normally look
Mhm.
like. And then also you're dumb to think she isn't royal from the first queen that came to protect her, Miss Queen Elena. Like, girl, he's so serious. Elena ain't helping anybody. Personally, not like
Though
she is.
I feel like that's more. I'm gonna dip into like our other theory, but like I feel like Elena showed up more not because she's royal, but because she probably has magic within her.
Pro-
We're still
I-
hearing that sound.
yeah, we
Anyways.
are.
But I feel like that's more the reason rather than her being royal, because I feel like it almost feels like a prophecy's being like created
You could say that.
or
and
fulfilled.
You could say your reason.
Okay, so I think Selena's royal because there's been a few facts that were thrown around in the book that were kind of casually said, but I connected the dots. Selena said at some point that the kingdom of where she's from, or whatever like place she was originally from,
It's Tesserin, right?
I think so. I think that was the one. Was overthrown 10 years prior, and Selena's 18
Mm-hmm.
as we're reading the book. So that would make her 8 when the kingdom was overthrown. And at a different point, she stated that her parents were murdered when she was 8. So,
Things just keep. But
and
I
the fact
think-
that her parents
yeah.
were murdered
They
is
were
important,
slaughtered.
not like they died of some other reason. They were murdered,
Mhm.
and they were murdered when she was 8, conveniently the same time, like she would have, or the same time.
Did she
the same,
say that her parents were murdered, or Kane was the one that said
I
like,
think-
"Oh, your parents were bloody, like a
I
bloody
think
death"?
she said prior that her parents were murdered, or at least she said that they were killed.
Yeah. I know Kane said that
Yeah.
he saw it and he knew.
But like the timelines match up a little bit too well. Like it has to be that. And then also, Selene is so terrified of the king and like all of that, and she kept mentioning multiple times that like the master of assassins, what is his name, Arobin,
Mhm.
if she hadn't been rescued by him, she definitely would have been killed.
Mhm.
And I think that's both, one, because she's royal,
Mhm.
in that the king wanted everybody that could stand in his way dead, but he also wanted everything magical to be dead.
Yes, even though he is
Mhm.
using magic.
And I think she also said that her original kingdom was like known for like fairies and stuff like that, or something like that. Like they had like a great woods. I don't remember.
she was talking about
Maybe-
how she knew of the magic
Yeah.
of the land.
Yeah. Anyways, but I think she's definitely royal. If she's not, we're gonna feel so stupid, but like 100%
No
she
shot,
feels
she
royal.
isn't.
She 100% feels so royal.
You ready for the next question?
Yes.
Are there any aspects of Throne of Glass that you wish Sarah had gone more into detail with in this book?
Not really, because I know that there's so many more books.
True. Maybe this
Coming?
form came out when this was the first book,
Yeah.
but
Because like I could say like I would love to know more about her parents, but
I'm sure we'll get into it.
we have so many books that I'm like, obviously it wasn't gonna be said in this.
Yes.
They needed some mystery.
Yeah. I think I was going to say the same thing. Like, they talk about Sam
Mm-hmm.
very
Would love to know
briefly.
more.
Would love to
But
know who
we
Sam
probably
is.
will.
But
Oh, we 100% will. We know what one book is about.
yeah, we do now. Well, at least like the rumors that I had in my head, because I didn't really let myself read into it. Like, I know the book that was made for Sam.
Yeah.
For it to make sense.
Yeah.
So, at
So
least
we'll
we know that
definitely-
he's going to be
yeah.
dead.
We'll definitely learn more. I'm trying to think. I don't think there's anything specifically that I felt like needed to be in this book,
No.
especially knowing that there's so many more books in the series.
Yeah. And
So-
let's say, imagine there wasn't. Like, you didn't know how many books were in the series.
Well, then, like, I'd want to know more about her parents and where she came from.
Would you want to
100%.
see, like, how in Akatar, like, we had that very descriptive, like, where Feyre and her dad and, like, all of that stuff at home, like the home life?
Oh, like the kind of like setting it up?
Mm-hmm.
No, because I don't think like that would have worked for this book because this stuff happened so far in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't need to see her at like the prison thing for more than what we saw.
That's fair.
Because honestly, like it wasn't about that. Whereas like in Akatar, you needed to have that set up because it's it's a Beauty and the Beast retelling. So like you needed to set up like her relationship with her family.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't have wanted it would have had to be a prologue
Mm-hmm.
if they did that because it's so far in the past. But I don't think it's needed because I think I'm hoping that maybe in one of the future books, maybe we'll get like a flashback.
Flashback?
Yeah.
Well, Assassin's Blade is...
Well, prequel. I think they could still do flashbacks because they could do more of a flashback than what.
Do you think they
Assassin's
could do
Blade.
a flashback with Elena?
What? Oh. Oh my god, I just got so confused because there's Elaine and then there's Elena. I'm like, how do we go back to Akatar? Elena. Elena's the queen.
Mm-hmm.
No, because it's not her story. Unless
it develops like
she
that.
becomes important to know her history like way more. Yeah, but like I don't see it going that way. Like right now she's just a mentor type figure. I feel like.
Yep.
Like she's the Yoda.
Not the Yoda.
What's the next question?
What are your thoughts on the budding love triangle?
Oh,
Are you favoring Dorian,
oh my god.
Kale, or is it too soon to tell where your loyalties lie?
Currently, Ma'am's gonna hate me. I am Team Dorian,
As she should be.
but
No.
Kale kind of got me kicking my feet. But here's the thing. I wouldn't be mad if like Sarah J Maas did go in more of a romantic route with him. Like I'm not gonna be mad at it. But I think it could be interesting to kind of shift that like love what's love focus or like love view on Selena into more of like a familiar not familiar, but like familiar, like family. I don't know how to say the difference in the two words, but um more of like a family viewpoint of
A
love.
familial?
Yeah, that's what I'm searching for. Thank you.
But I was going through the catalog of words in my brain.
I know. Thank you. Because I kept trying to say familiar, and I'm like, that's not it, but it's like close enough. But I think it could be interesting to kind of make him more of like a brother type figure to Selena. I hope that not I hope, but I think it could be more interesting to make him more like a brother figure to Selena because she hasn't had like a true healthy family figure in her life for such a long time. I think it could be interesting to him.
For Kale.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not Dorian. It's definitely not gonna be Dorian. They've already kissed.
Can
But-
I see what I think?
But hold on, let me finish, and
Okay,
then I'll.
fine.
But again, I'm not gonna be angry if they do shift Kale into the love focus. But Dorian's sweet. He's very sweet. But I feel like I don't know. He was kind of like a love at first sight.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with it, but I like a little bit more of a slow burn. But I do think right now, I don't know, because I think they actually both treat her well. Like they both treat her very well.
Unfortunately for the love
Kale's
triangle
just more
case.
realistic.
He's also a lot older.
No, he's not.
Yes,
he's
he
like
is.
21.
He's 22, I think.
Okay, girl. She's 18. That's
Hey.
like what, 4 years? I don't
Too
think
much
that's
of age of a difference.
I don't think so.
I think it's too
That's
much of
4
age when
years
she's
difference.
a teenager. I think
Yeah,
once you become
which
in your 20s,
I do think actually plays into why he never really made a move. Because like he mentions so many times, like she's only just 18. Like he mentions that all the time when like it's kind of like
he
on his
knows.
focus. And yeah, I think he knows. But in some way, I'm kind of like, oh, he's so protective of her. I don't know. Like he definitely cares for her, but he's just more realistic about things. Whereas like Dorian, like even though he knows that it's never gonna work out, he's like, I'm gonna do it anyways.
Yeah, but to be fair, like he continuously says, she makes me feel like a man.
Yeah,
Like,
which I mean, like he's sweet. Like don't get me wrong, I do lean
my
towards
Princey
him.
Boo Bear Dorian can do no wrong.
But I feel like also I lean towards him because there's been more romance with him.
It's not necessarily even the romance.
But
I like the way they talk together.
Wait.
What?
I love their dialogue together. First of all, let me agree with that. I do really like their dialogue, but I like how Selena feels when she's with Kale more than she feels with Dorian. Because I think to her, he's easy. Dorian's easy.
Yeah, but she says like he's so fun to be around.
Yes. But
Kale pushes her.
But like when she's like talking about Kale, he pushes her, but in a good way. First of all, good way. He pushes her in a good way.
I'm not saying it was in a bad way. I'm just saying it not in
But
a way that I'm choosing
also,
Kale
like,
over Dorian.
the moments that like she says like I think that there was moments where she was like her heart like skipped a beat in a way. Like the way that she was described reacting to Kale was more like this is gonna be a slow burn.
I don't know, maybe Dorian and her have a slow burn now that she
Yeah, she did
dismissed
call
him.
it off.
Yep.
But also that one person at that one ball, the Yule ball. That's not correct. That's Harry Potter. Yule Miss Ball, or whatever the frick they called it. I'm gonna get it confused with the Harry Potter
You're
Yule
saying
Ball.
Knox?
No. It was a random dude that came up to Kale and was like,
Oh, one of the
Dorian looks at
lords?
her as if he loves her. And then like Kale in like his little inner dialogue was
It's
like
she's
but
yeah.
he didn't say that she looked at him like she was in love with him.
Mhm.
And that's kind of how I feel. I think just Selena knows that Dorian's like available to her. And
Actually,
not in a
no.
bad way, like, she likes him too, but I don't think she loves him. I think it
Well, first
could
of all,
lean into
how can you
Kale.
love someone in like 2 months' time? I'm sorry.
Apparently Dorian does. That's what I mean, it's just too quick. Maybe I am leaning towards Kale.
Wrong. My point now.
Okay, go, talk.
My Princey Pooh Bear Dorian can do absolutely no freaking wrong. Forever will be Prince Dorian, my little lovely prince. Think you're dumb if you think Kale is. I think he will be like that guidance into the world. I mean, obviously he's gonna have to be looking after her now for 4 years. I think that's gonna build a bond that's not gonna become romantic. Maybe it's gonna be entwined. Maybe they're gonna try and make a love triangle. I know they already set it up.
Yeah.
So I'm sure the next book might go into it.
Mm-hmm.
But Dorian can do no wrong. Dorian is my number one choice. I love their dialogue. I like the way that they have easy banter.
Oh, I love their banter. Like, that is
So
one of my
good.
favorite things. I do really love, like...
I just think Kale is so in his head and is so annoying, and
I don't think he's
literally gives me the-
annoying.
it's giving me like feelings I don't
No.
want.
I will say, I do love that Dorian gave Selena the dog.
That's one of my favorite
Fleetfoot.
moments, but we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, Fleetfoot. I do love that. I love that he gave her gifts, like he gave her the candy. Though the ring that Kale gave her never left her finger.
That is true.
Never
And
left her
Dorian
finger.
noticed it every single
Yes,
time.
every single time he was like, she's still wearing the ring.
But
Anyways,
he also knew about the necklace, Elena's necklace.
he had his suspicions. It wasn't confirmed.
Yeah, but he at least knew of
Yeah.
the magic that it contained.
He knew what it could be,
Yeah.
but she threw him off. But I think overall, I think I'm just too conflicted to say for sure what team I'm on. But maybe after this, I'm starting to realize maybe I am leaning towards Kale. But
This
I
is
do
gonna
really
be our
like
poll
Dorian.
question.
I like both of them. I like both of them for way different reasons.
I like Kale as a brother.
I could see her, like, Sarah J Maas going more in that direction.
I hope they don't kiss because it always makes it weird.
Well, if they do go a more brotherly way, they cannot kiss. We're not having.
You don't know
that plot
sick
line.
and twisted people are.
Yes, I do. I watched Shadowhunters.
Yeah, I was about to say you better finish that sentence.
I kept thinking what was Supernatural. I'm like, that's not the correct show.
No.
But I was thinking show that starts with an S. I want to say The Mortal Instruments,
Mm-hmm.
but then I was like, I haven't read all of The Mortal Instruments, but I have seen the whole Shadowhunters show, which is based off of The Mortal Instruments. Anyways, what's the next question?
Kind of brought him up earlier. What
Mhm.
do you think of Knox now? Do you think he'll come back to play later? And are you hoping for it?
I kind of do want him to come back. I
Me
think
too.
at some point, Selena's gonna need a crew.
I think she's gonna have a strong guy crew.
Yeah. No, not just all guys, because Nahimia will be a part of it.
Right, but then I think it's just them two and the guys.
I think at some point he might come back to be a part of that crew.
I'm
Possibly.
hoping for it. Maybe Knox and her will have something.
Like a fling?
Who knows?
Nah.
She ain't locked up. She don't got a ring on her
Though-
finger.
Was he described as kind of attractive?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know that there's gonna be something if they're describing them as attractive. Like, cause like one of the big giveaways with Akatar that I knew that like something was gonna happen with Reese was like
He's the most handsome man I've ever laid eyes on.
Girl, you have a boy at home. What the hell are you talking about? Tampon.
Tampon. I would have said, "Ooh, who is this sir?
Yeah, but-
like covered in starlight." Like,
But in the moment, Tampon wasn't Tampon yet.
no.
But like the way that she described Reese when they first met, it's like, oh, so there's gonna be something. Cause like you don't just describe a character like as the most gorgeous person on earth if you're not gonna get with them.
Right.
At least not in the
Knox
book.
Knox didn't get it. He's the most gorgeous
Yeah,
person,
but like he was
he
described as
looks good,
attractive.
yeah.
And like I know that like when she first saw all the other competitors, he was the one that like stood out the most.
Yeah, I think that.
Attractiveness wise.
Oh, Knox is definitely coming back in the series for Sizzle.
But like I mean like I feel like she's gonna have a crew at some point. Like there's gonna be a big crew and he's gonna be a part of it.
I feel that.
Mhm.
I also hope that maybe that him and Dorian get a love triangle instead of him and Kale. I would rather that than Kale. I'm just a Kale hater, honestly.
Why? He's literally done nothing wrong.
Next
He's
question.
such a good character.
Next question.
Shut up.
Oh, well, Sierra, who's your favorite character so far? Do you imagine this could change throughout the series?
My favorite character is literally any of the main characters.
Pick one.
I can't.
I want to say my favorite character is Fleetfoot. She can do no wrong. She is precious, she is cold-hearted, and nice.
You know,
what a cutie.
I do.
You like Kale the best?
I was gonna say Dorian, actually.
Finally.
It's just more that I think he's gonna have like an interesting storyline.
Oh, 100%. I'm ready to see him become
Because
a
I
warrior.
think he's gonna be the change for the kingdom.
Yeah,
like,
well, he will
obviously
be
like
king.
Selene is gonna influence him to be the change.
Yes.
But like he's gonna be the person that makes things happen because he is the heir to the throne.
And
Until Miss Selena comes into her royalty
Powers,
herself.
Yeah.
And maybe she'll overthrow. Ooh, that would be such a good twist if they have to like battle it out, like them two. That's not gonna happen, but that would be so interesting if like they go head to head at some point.
Do you think that
If they go from like lovers to enemies back to lovers, that's not.
I don't think they're enemies right now. I think they're just
No, I don't mean that now, like that they're enemies now. But if they go to enemies, because technically right now they are kind of technically on political, different, like opposite political sides.
Yeah, but Dorian says that he doesn't want to do anything with his father's
Yes,
plans.
but also like he does go along with it. And I like
for now.
I do think he's still going to be the change. As I said, I think he's going to be the change. But like right now, he's very much going along with it. And at some point, I feel like that's going to make him and Selena butt heads in some sort of way.
But I was lying about Fleetfoot being my favorite character.
Who's your favorite character then? Dorian?
No. As much as I love him for Selena,
Who's your favorite character?
Selena is.
Honestly, I was going to say that. But like, I didn't know if we were supposed to say the main character.
Oh. Well, Selena's my favorite. I
Mhm.
don't think that that would change throughout the series unless there's another main character introduced later on that I get more attached to. Maybe I like Sam when Sam's book comes along.
I feel like I'm going to love Sam.
Yeah, but
And I feel like
it's gonna be a heartbreak.
his demise is going to be the end of me. Like,
yeah, but
check up on me.
But you
we
already
all
know.
We all know, but that doesn't mean it's not going to end me. Because
Fair.
trust me, I've read books where I know that someone's going to die at the end. And it's still like, I'm like, I know it. I'm reading the whole book knowing that it's going to happen.
Oh my god, did you see the conspiracy theory that the little message in Fourth Wing that all of them are gonna die?
Oh, yeah.
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 I'm not ready for any of those deaths. They're gonna shatter me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah.
I'm depressed now.
Next question. How surprised were you by who was behind the Champion murders? Did you
Not
guess it before it was
surprised.
revealed? I 100% knew once they announced that Kane had a black ring on his finger.
That wasn't what gave it away.
That's what gave it away to me. I was like, he's the only one that was allowed to wear jewelry, or that no one confiscated it, and he
I
was
just
always
think-
just the bad. He was like such a pointed bad guy.
Yeah, and that's how I knew, is that he was just such a point. This is okay. I guess this is one of like I think my least favorite parts about the book is that like he was such an obvious choice to
And
be
good
behind the murders.
riddance. Good riddance.
I don't know. It's just like I don't know. There wasn't a twist to it, but like I don't. It's not like something that like I hate about the book, but like it's not my favorite aspect that it was so easily just him that was doing it. Like, I could have seen that from a mile away. I do like that they like had Selena think it was Nehemia, because I do think that would have been my second choice,
I mean,
because she came to the castle and like we
that would
obviously
have
knew
been a
that they
huge twist.
yeah, that would have been like a big, like I think that would have been a more twisty, dramatic, shocking reveal.
But it's not shocking that
But
Kane
I'm
was the
happy that it
person.
wasn't Nehemia, because I really liked
Their
her.
friendship.
Yeah, I liked her and their friendship. But it just like it was so easy with it being Kane. And like technically Duke Parrington or whatever his name was, and then leading back to the king.
Oh, they all know about the magic.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I don't think it wasn't shocking.
mm-mm.
Honestly, it was very much expected.
Mm-hmm. Are you ready for the next question?
Yeah.
The next question is, what do you think of Nehemia now and her friendship with Selena? Selena, sorry.
Well, I said Slay.
Oh.
I wasn't correcting you. I was just saying Slay. Did you say Selena?
Yeah.
I didn't even realize, to be honest.
Honestly, I think Nehemia now is a
Girl
good
boss.
person. Yeah, she's honestly...
Go off, Queen, faking her accent, fooling everyone into
that's
thinking
so
that she has
funny.
no idea what anybody's saying.
Honestly, I want to pull that off so
Great.
bad.
Amazing. She's fantastic. I love her. She's such a slay. I
She is
honestly,
a
like,
slay.
at one point, did I think that she could have been behind the things? Because,
Oh, 100%.
like, my writer brain, I will always go to the person that, like, would cause the biggest twist. And I thought she was probably that. But, like, then, like, the theory, like, petered off. I was like, no way. Like, why? But I don't know where I was going with that. I completely lost my train of thought. Completely lost my train of thought. I think I was just trying to say, like, other than that though, like I never doubted her, like I never thought that she was a bad person. So like I don't even think, like I've always thought she was slay. She's always been slay.
Slay. The next question. Wait, did I even answer?
She's slay. What else is there to say? That rhymed. Shut up,
That is
motorcycle.
true. I mean, I think her friendship with Selena will be beneficial for both parties.
Yeah.
So
I
we'll
think
see how it plays out.
I think also she could be kind of a Yoda character, like a mentor.
She could be.
She has a lot of wisdom. Like I feel like she's lived a lot of life. I don't
But
know how
isn't she
old she
young?
is. I don't think she's that. Like I think she's not that far. I think she's older than Selena, but I don't think she's like significantly older. But like I feel like how she holds herself makes her feel like she's older. You
Yeah.
know? But
Mhm.
she's not that old.
Mhm.
She's one of those people.
Yeah. How satisfied were you with the story as a whole, and do you plan to continue the series?
Yeah.
100%. This is the series. This is the Throne of Glass podcast series. We will be back with you with every book that we finish in the series until we do finish.
Yeah.
I
think, am I satisfied?
Mm,
Here's the thing. I'm satisfied for what this book is. You know? Like it's the beginning of a series.
yes.
Like, did I think it was slow at points? Yes. Did I eat it up towards the end? Yes. I think I'm satisfied for what it is. It's very much a setup book. Like, I don't think, like, it has plot and it has conflict, but there's gonna be so much more, and you can tell.
Did you read, like, the next chapters into the next book?
Yes.
I was gonna
Did you?
say yes.
Okay. I felt so rebellious while I was doing it because I was like, I don't know if Naomi's done this, but I'm gonna do it because I need. No, because I was trying to get a head start over you. Damn.
I will read the day after you. I won't even read tomorrow.
We're going to the beach to read. Or take
Okay.
pictures. Anyways,
Period.
but I think I'm satisfied for what it was.
Right.
It's the starter book. There's so much more, and you can tell that there's going to be so much more, and that this is very much like almost like a watered down of like it's there to introduce everything. And
Yeah.
I'm satisfied for what
A
it
very
did.
good introductory
But like
book.
if that was the only book,
Then no.
no.
Literally no.
No. But because it's the beginning of a series, I'm satisfied for that.
All right. Well, the last question in this forum is, do you have any predictions as to what may happen next?
Well, we kind of already talked about it, but
Exactly. I mean,
she's
reading
deaf royal.
She's definitely royal. Reading the excerpt that they have in the end of this book definitely shows that she's playing a different game than what the king's asking
Oh,
her
yeah.
of.
Also, I definitely think in the next book she's gonna be butting heads with both Dorian and Kale.
Oh, 100%.
Because
She's
they're
gonna
both kind of like from the two little excerpts that we got, or the one excerpt for the next book, they both were already kind of like a little bit put off with how easily she was doing everything, even though she's not actually doing
she's not.
what
The
everybody
king's-
thinks that she is.
yeah.
But they don't know that.
They
She's not
don't.
telling them that because she doesn't really trust them that way. Not yet.
No. And she
Um,
shouldn't. They've only
yeah.
known each other for 2 months and she was taken from a prison. So
Exactly. But I definitely think all three of them are going to be butting heads. I think Dorian and Cole are probably going to have a throwdown at some point.
Kale.
Did I say Cole? Kill me now. That's kind of how I was reading it the whole time. So
Cole?
Kale. Yeah.
I was reading it as Kyle, guys.
No, I actually it wasn't even Cole. It was like Kale, which sounds like
So
kale.
Kale.
No, but like I was saying it like with a separate A and O, like Kale. Kale.
I think it is kale, but I call it kale. Like kale salad, kale leaf.
Oh. Yeah, I've been saying it kale like a leaf this whole entire episode, but like in my head I was always reading it as
It sounds
kale.
the same. It sounds
Yeah,
the
it sounds
same.
close enough. But I think they have to throw down at some point because if they do go the love triangle route, like they both like the same girl, like they're gonna butt heads at some point about
They're gonna
that.
quarrel. They're gonna beat
Someone's
each other
gonna
up.
say something at some point,
Be
and
like-
the other one's gonna be pissed about it.
They're gonna be like, I kissed her. Have you felt her lips? Bet not, kale.
Oh, Kale definitely knows that they've already like kissed and all of that. Like he knows that he knows. But I think all three of them are going to be butting heads at some point in this book. Like
And maybe
tensions are going to
become
be
the
high.
best of friends.
Hmm?
Maybe they just become the best of friends.
Who
who
knows?
knows?
But like they're going to be butting heads at some point in this book.
Yeah.
The tension is rising.
Um.
Oh, I
Yes.
also think because now that I know that you also read the excerpt.
Uh-huh.
Archer is going to play a bigger part.
Yep.
The dude that they like first introduce. I feel like he's going to have some part, like a bigger part than
What's
because
Yeah.
she knows him already.
Yep.
And I feel like there's one, we're going to get more about her past.
which is needed?
Two, I think like he could be a potential like future group member. Like as I said, like if Selena creates like a crew, like
Mhm.
Knox joining it, but I feel like Archer could be a potential like joiner too.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, those are all the questions from my forum.
Oh. Okay. So I guess we kind of went over everything that like
Except a couple of things.
we went through most of the stuff that I wrote down. I think the one thing that we didn't, because I think this is a great conversation. So I know I personally read a lot of first person, and that's usually what I prefer.
Yes.
I usually prefer first person, but this
Mhm.
book is in third person.
Sure is.
What are your thoughts? Because you're also usually a first person reader, right?
I am a first person reader because all I do is read scripts.
Mhm.
That's literally all I do in my life.
Yeah, and that's obviously third person. Like you can't write. Actually, I think I have seen a script written in first person, and it was wild.
Oh, I bet it's wild.
It was strange, but like I think it was like an actual professional writer that did it, and it was like a creative choice, and it was very interesting. But like
That sounds wild.
it's wild.
So, I usually am reading in third person for work. And when I read, I choose to do first person so I can get into the head and know thought processes and just feel like I'm the person. I don't like really feeling as the spectator, but here we are.
But I feel like this one was good at like
Okay, it was good at it
Because-
took me a day or two to get past that like initial shock that it was third person. I thought it was booty cheeks at first, but as the story was developing, I didn't mind it as much. Towards the end, it makes it easier to see as an adaptation. It was jarring switching from just finishing Akatar, which is not third person, to Throne of Glass.
yeah. Though like Silver Flames was third person.
Yeah, but Silver Flames isn't my favorite book, so that's not what I'm
Okay.
thinking about.
I have the term that I was trying to find. So this book, the reason why I actually think I like this third person is, as I was saying, this like book was very good at like, even though it was third person, we still got a lot of what was happening inside each character's head. And I think it's because it's third person limited, which is like a sub point of view within third person, which basically means that the narrator only knows the thoughts and feelings of one character. But how Sarah J Maas wrote this was, obviously the majority is Selena's point of view,
Yes.
but it's in third point of view, but you're getting most of her thoughts and feelings. But it does switch third person limited to different people throughout, but it's still like the whole time is third person limited, and she does separate it every time she switches to a different
Yeah, by a little
character's
squiggle.
point of view. Yeah. And I think that's why I didn't mind this, because like we still got all the thoughts and feelings that you would get in a first person. It just wasn't using I. It wasn't
Yeah.
I did this, I did that, blah 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 blah. It was Selena did this, Selena did that. So I didn't mind it that way, but I kind of like really liked how Sarah J Maas wrote this, because it really felt like I always visualize the books that I read as movies and television shows in my head. Like I visualize it that way, but this made it so easy because it had that other point of views of other characters and other storylines that are happening.
Yeah.
So it really did feel like a movie and TV show.
This
And I
is
think
definitely like a group cast.
yeah. And I think it would be so easy to turn this into a TV series
Oh,
because of
100%.
the way that it's written. But it would be so easy to like adapt it. And I'm surprised that they haven't tried to. Maybe they have.
No, maybe they're just unsuccessful.
But it would be so easy. That would be so stupid if they've been unsuccessful. It's so easy.
It's hard to cast pretty people, pretty young people.
I will, yeah. Almost every character in this book is like described as being beautiful.
Yep.
But yeah, I actually didn't mind it being third person. Usually when I find out a book is third person, it makes me dread it. Like I don't want to read it.
I didn't know until I flipped open the first page. So
I knew it was third person. Well, I knew it was third person a little bit ahead of like getting into it, but not like a long time. Because I was thinking it was going to be like Akatar, because Akatar is in first person except for Silver Flames.
yeah.
It really feels like a TV show. It really feels like a TV show.
Yeah, it feels like I know when an episode ends and when it starts.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely not a movie.
Yeah. Because like even like I was interested in like Caltains. I don't know how to say her name. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I call her Caitlin.
That's not her name. But like I was even like interested in that plot line because it was so interesting, and like we got to see like how her mind was working, and it was you knew something was up and that something was wrong and how her brain was working because we saw like her thoughts and stuff like that. So I appreciate it being third person limited, because I don't think it's third person omniscient. I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to say that word. Third person omniscient narrator can see everything, because like the narrator can't see everything at all times. It switches point of view and then it's limited to that person. So I still think it is third person limited, not third person omniscient. It's however you say that word. I don't know how to say it, but I want to read a book in second person. I think The Book Thief is in second person. No, wait, is it? I feel like no. It Book Thief is told in first person. It's just confusing because the Book Thief is told in the point of view of Death, which isn't a character in like the actual story. But what books are in second? The Night Circus is in second person.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, anyways, that's not the point. But I'm just really curious. I want to read something in second person point of view. I think that would be really interesting. Are you good?
Ready?
You keep
ready?
Whacking it.
Hold on, watch. The sound of my heart, the beat goes on and on and on and on, and boom, clap.
Are you okay? You haven't even had any of the alcohol yet.
I know.
You're acting tipsy right now. Are you ready to end this episode? Is that what you're trying to signal?
Is there anything else that you want to talk about?
There's nothing that like I had written down that we haven't talked about.
Right.
So.
Oh my god, guys, I think
that's it. We will be back, obviously, in 2 weeks' time for the next episode. But also, we will be back with this series eventually.
Eventually, yes. It'll be rolling out as we finish it, so
Yeah.
it may not be in chronological order with our podcast releases, but you will be notified when it's ready to
Yeah.
come out.
Yeah.
So,
But we're very excited to continue this. Like, oh my god, we already have the second book, and I'm ready to get my hands on
I'm
it.
sure we're going to finish it before the summer starts.
Oh, 100%. Like, we're going to be able to make a podcast before we leave for
yeah.
summer.
Guys, and we are still running our podcast over the summer, so it's a different look, but it's
we're hoping to pre-record as much as we possibly can, but we'll probably have to at some point
so
do
if
Zoom podcasts.
You're gonna see 2 different locations. How fun for you guys!
That's gonna be so amazing. I'm gonna have to steal my dad's office.
And I'm just gonna do it outside by the pool.
Yeah, if I do it outside, you're gonna hear. Do you know how loud it is at my lake house? The animals be wild.
It's quiet
The
at my
insects,
home.
and then you're gonna hear like the birds chirping to an
no.
infinity and beyond.
Oh, no.
You're gonna hear some creaking and cracking of the branches. You're gonna hear fish jumping. It's so loud at the lake house. You're gonna hear dogs barking. You're gonna hear the neighbors yelling.
That's insane.
Everybody's insane there.
That's insane. I'm either gonna be in an office at home or outside, but y'all are gonna have fun over the summer. Maybe there's gonna be some little hotspot little YouTube videos.
Yeah, we're gonna have Music Mondays.
Mhm.
We're gonna try to still do Music Mondays.
Yeah.
Maybe not as consistently as we've been. Well, we've really only had 2 so far. But
Yeah, and the next one's coming out next Monday. So
yeah, we've been pretty consistent with them.
yeah.
But
I think
in the
we'll
summer
have
they
enough
probably
content.
won't. Yeah, maybe.
I think we will.
Those will be easy to pre-record. We can literally sit down and like listen to multiple albums at once.
Yep. We're telling them our entire plan.
Yeah. They need to know. They're our viewers.
Right.
It's not going to be anytime soon, though. Like, we got a few weeks until summer.
No, we got quite a while.
Yeah.
Quite a while.
Anyways.
Guys, thanks for watching. Follow our socials if you haven't already.
And if you've read Throne of Glass, let us know all your thoughts. Answer some of the questions that we listed. We would love to hear your thoughts.
Oh, yeah.
No spoilers, for the love of God. Please, no spoilers.
If you post a spoiler, I'm reporting or blocking you.
Yeah, you're not allowed back on this channel.
Ruin it for me and I ruin it for you.
We're so happy that we have not been spoiled already.
Mhm.
So please do not spoil it for us. But we would love to hear your opinions on this book specifically, like Throne of Glass specific, book 1. Yeah.
Anyways,
we love you. Unless you spoil, then
forever
you're banished. But we love you forever and always if you don't spoil.
Yep.
Anyways, we love you.
Love y'all.
Join us.
Join us in 2 Wednesdays for the next podcast that's going to come out. And next week on Monday for our
Music Monday.
Well, we love ya.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Bye. That was so chaotic.